Hiya, I'm going to do a sort of simple smoky eye today. I'm using chocolate brown pigment from MAC. I'm already moisturised my skin with Embryo Release and that's had a little bit of time to set in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on my foundation. I'm going to use my fingers today because I just want just a little bit of coverage. I'm not really bothered about it being sort of full coverage, so I'm just going to put that on with my fingers. The shade is Olive 1. I'm going to fill in my brows using MAC eyebrow pencil in Stud. Okay, so to prime the eye, I'm going to use MAC Paint Pot in Groundwork, and I'm just going to pop that on with my ring finger. Just going to pop it all over the eye. This is quite flesh toned for me, so I'm just going to pop it all up to the brow bone. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm just going to pop a second base on, and that's just going just on the lid, and that's Cash Flow by MAC, which is sort of nice goldy sort of colour. But what this is going to do is just help the sort of pigment show through a bit better, and also bring out the shimmer. Don't need a lot, just a little bit. Just popping that onto the other eyelid. Taking a MAC 239 brush, I'm taking chocolate brown pigment by MAC. I'm going to apply that to the lid. Just going to take a little bit of that same pigment underneath the eyes, sort of onto the lower lash line. I'm just going to pop some black coal into the waterline before I add any more shadows, and the one that I'm using is MAC Feline. I'm also going to tight line, which means I'm just going to pop the same kohl pencil onto the upper waterline. I'm just going to now take some handwritten eyeshadow by MAC, and I'm going to pop that into the crease just to smoke this out a bit. And I'm using a 217 brush from MAC, just like that. I'm just taking a bit of the handwritten and I'm going to pop that onto a smudger brush and just pop that underneath onto the lower lash line. I'm going to take another eyeshadow and I'm going to take Buck from the Naked palette, which is this one here. And I'm just going to take it onto a 217 brush from MAC, and I'm just going to pop it just above the blending, sort of above the darker brown. And that's just to help with the transition of colours, just to make the blending a little bit better. Just taking NC42 MAC Studio Finish Concealer, and I'm just going to pop that onto the brows, and this is just to sort of highlight the brows and also sort of just kind of make the brows stand out a little bit better too. I'm applying that with a MAC 242 brush. I'm going to take a 224 brush from MAC, which is like this sort of big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend that through. I'm going to take a kohl pencil on the upper waterline now, and I'm going to use the same kohl pencil that I used on my waterline. I'm going to use it on the upper lash line as well, because what I'm going to do is just smudge it a little bit with some black eyeshadow, as neat as possible, but obviously if it's a little bit wonky then it really doesn't matter. Just going to pop that on. I'm just taking my smudger brush, which is like this sort of brush, and I'm just dipping it into Carbon from MAC, and I'm just going to smudge that in. To the MAC Studio Finish in NW40. Popping that underneath the eyes. Using Max Factor Full Slash Effect Mascara in black. Ardell. Once you've popped the glue on, you want to give lashes about 20 seconds to sort of set with the glue. That way, once you place them on, they'll actually stick into place and not just slide around everywhere. Try and get them as close to the lash line as possible. So I've placed it into the centre, tweezers now, and tuck the outer corner in, and now the inner corner. And I'm going to use MAC Studio Stick Foundation in NC50, and I'm going to use that on a 188 brush from MAC. I find this is a really good brush for this because it's so light and it's so small that it really knits quite nicely into the sort of hollow of your cheeks. I don't really have that sort of hollow as such, but if you do have that hollow, then it's quite a nice brush to use. But because it's such a small brush, you can sort of define the shape a little bit better. I'm going to pad the skin, and I'm going to use Laura Mercier translucent powder. On a MAC 129 brush. Nice big fluffy brush. I'm going to pop a little bit of soft and gentle mineralised skin finish on a MAC 109 brush, just at the tops of my cheekbones. For blush, I'm just going to use a little bit of Fleur Power by MAC, which is this one here. And on the lips, I'm going to use Barry M's lipstick. It's sort of nice bubblegum sort of pink, and it's number 140. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on. Lip gloss, which is just a clear gloss. Okay, and that is the finished look. I hope that was helpful, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching.